Okay, so unless you've been off Twitter, which I totally wouldn't fault you for considering the mess that is happening on that website right now, Destiny 2 has been seeing some developments lately with Telesto. It was rumored that a community event was coming, and lo and behold, it seems like Telesto is at the forefront of it. I guess it really doesn't seem like it anymore, considering it's taken over the entire Twitter account. 𝗙𝗚𝗡 had been the first to report on it, and many other streamers and YouTubers followed suit. At Reset, it was found to be shooting some constellation-like shapes, in which several people were testing it to see if there was any rhyme or reason behind it. It was also sparking and smoking. Many people thought it was copium yesterday, such as Glad, who now owes 𝗟𝗢𝗢𝗡 100 subs. But the main argument was, how could you put so much effort into breaking one gun if it didn't mean something? And yeah, things are kind of slow in Destiny 2 right now, but we aren't that starved for content that we're making up sparks and smoke with our eyes, right? Someone had to have made that whole animation and put it in the game for a reason, right? I watched 𝗟𝗢𝗢𝗡'𝗧's video as well as several other findings, and I think the general consensus was that it was far too inconsistent yesterday for each constellation to actually mean anything. And many people, including 𝗙𝗚𝗡𝗧, were saying to just wait as the week went on to see what happens next. Now we're one day after Reset, and Telesto has changed again. It's now sticking to surfaces, then the projectiles bounce around and explode. And not only that, but now the Destiny 2 Twitter account seems to be taken over by a sentient Telesto. DMG tweeted out about it being a far deeper issue than before. Even the Bungie coffee machine is broke as hell. Everything everywhere is now Telesto. So let's talk theory. Lots of people are thinking this community event is how we get Schrödinger's gun, an emblem added to the game, quote unquote, unlocked by a special offer. This is a reference to Schrödinger's cat, which, in case you didn't know, is a thought experiment by the scientist Erwin Schrödinger, who stated that if you place a cat and something that could kill the cat in a box and seal it, you wouldn't know if the cat was dead or alive unless you opened it. So until you do open the box, you're stuck in the suspense of the cat simultaneously being dead and alive. So how does this relate to Telesto? It seems like it was always dead before this, and now it's sentient. It's alive. It's taking over Destiny 2 for crying out loud. But here's where my crack theories come into play. As a woman who does enjoy hot girl shit, I'm particularly interested in mythology and astrology. D2 has a lot of references to mythology and astrology, considering it's in space. Telesto itself is named after a moon of Saturn. In mythology, Telesto was a water nymph and was the personification of divine blessing or success. Saturn is represented by the Greek god Kronos, the father of Zeus, and Kronos was eventually overthrown and imprisoned by Zeus. So what does this have to do with the Destiny 2 gun? Well, the moon Telesto is also a Trojan moon. A Trojan in astronomy is any smaller object that shares the same orbit as a larger body, but trails it. This is where the Tethys shell comes into play, as it references that it shares an orbit with another moon on Saturn, which is presumably Telesto. And if we look at some of the other items, like the flavor text for the omen of Saturn's sparrow, it states, they say a weapon was made of the traces of a harbinger. They say it can break anything. A harbinger is a person or a thing that announces or signals the approach of another. It's foreshadowing a future event. What future event could we be looking at? And I get it, it's just supposed to be a fun little community event with our favorite funny broken haha gun, but what if it really is going to foreshadow Lightfall in some way? I know I went through a lot of lore here about myths and space, so here's my final thesis. What if Telesto is now alive to warn of the impending threat by the Witness? We've been begging Bungie for more of this amazing story they've set up. How crazy would it be if we thought it was actually a fun community event with a Trojan horse in disguise? Or maybe Telesto itself is the Trojan horse as it warns us of the event with the Witness to come. Or maybe Telesto really is going to explode and eventually break Destiny 2 itself into a supernova of light, and the curtains fall and the game ends. We're so close to Lightfall by now. I wouldn't put it past Bungie to actually give us some hints to the impending doom that we're about to face. I mean, they broke Telesto for a reason. But what if it's a bigger reason than just that? I mean, who knows? It could just be a silly haha fun joke. Anyways, there's all my thoughts towards everything happening with TELESTO right now. I originally wasn't really going to say much because I honestly didn't have a lot to say. There's a lot of theories out there. Who knows if I'm right? And I'm probably wrong. But this is my own personal crack theory that I've developed in the last couple days as more information comes out. So what do you guys think? Do you think I'm onto something here or am I off? Leave a comment below with your theories or to flame me. I'll take both. It's all interaction to me. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.